Hello, the menu analysis technique described in this video was developed by Michael Kasavana and Donald Smith and was described in a book published in 1982. It's known as menu engineering. This technique is now widely known and used. So first, we have to consider that we're having a limited menu. And in this limited menu, we're having the number sold of each item. And let's suppose it's for a week here. And also we're having the food cost and the sales price for each menu item. So first we have to calculate the number of items sold, which is the total. So it's the sum of all the number sold. Then we're having the menu mix, or the menu mix percent. It's the same as the popularity index, and it's calculated by dividing the number of units sold by the total number of units sold for all items. So here for garden salad, for example, we're having 100, and we divide it by the total number here, okay? And also we can do it for the second one, it's 75, okay? And divided by the total, and here I will freeze the cell because I will drag them. And like this, I'm doing the popularity index or the menu mix percentage for all the items. And as you can see, the total is 100%. Now we're having the contribution margin. It's defined as sales price minus variable cost per unit. So here the contribution margin, it's equal 8 for the garden salad minus 2.5. So it's 8 minus 2.5. Also I can drag it here to have it for all the menu items. Then we're having the menu cost. The menu cost for the item is simply the number sold times individual cost. Similarly, we're having for the menu revenues, but first let us start with the menu cost. So it's the number sold, okay, times the food cost or the individual food cost. And also I can drag it here. The menu revenues, as we said, it's the same, okay? However, instead of multiplying it by the cost, we multiply it by the selling price. Okay, and also we can drag it here. And here in these two cells, we're having the total, okay? Then we're having the menu contribution margin, okay? We can do it in two ways, or we can do it the menu revenues minus the menu cost, okay? This is the first method, or we can do it in a different way by multiplying the number of items sold times the contribution margin here per unit, okay? And we will have the same result, okay? And here, okay, it's made as the total. So now we have to calculate the average contribution margin. The average contribution margin is determined by dividing the total contribution margin by the total number of units sold. So the menu contribution margin, this is the total, okay? I divide it here by the total of units sold. Okay, so it's here. So the average contribution margin for this limited menu, it's $8.20. Now we have to calculate the item percentages. And here it requires careful consideration. This is the percentage of the entire menu represented by each item on this menu. And then it's multiplied by 70%. So here we're having 9 items, okay? So as you can see here, we're having 9 items. So what I have to do, I have to divide 1 over 9, okay? And then I have to multiply by 0.7, okay? Which is 70%. Now some of you might ask, why not 100%? In fact, the authors of menu engineering simply stated that using 70% of the average makes the results more realistic. So it's possible that many food service operators might want to use 100% of the average number sold instead of 70%. In fact, using either figures does not change the financial picture. So you can use it. However, the 100% it's more conservative and the 70% it's more realistic. And later at the end of the video, I'll show you how it might change the categories and the way we are analyzing the menu items. So now after having these two numbers, the average contribution margin and item percentages, we have to do the two columns that we're having here. First, the contribution margin category. So the contribution margin category, what we are doing, we compare the item contribution margin by the average contribution margin. So if it's lower, we say it's low, okay? And if it's higher, okay, we say it's high, okay? And like this, we can categorize the different menu items. So what we can do here in order to make it automated, we will use the if function. Okay, so here we're having if, okay, I click OK. So if the contribution margin of the item is greater, okay, than the average, which is 8.2. So if it's true, we say it's high contribution margin. If it's false, it means it's less than 8.2. We say it's low. And like this, we're having the two categories. We need here just to freeze the I14 because this is the cell where we have to compare all the contribution margin per item. And like this, we can drag it, okay? So we can do it manually, okay? However, here it's easier for us to do it. For example, let's take the vegetarian pizza that we're having. So the contribution margin for this item, it's 9. It's greater than 8.2, so this is why we're having it high here. The same here, we have to make the different categories for the popularity or the menu mix category. So if the popularity here, for example, 9%, it's greater than 7.78% that we have calculated, it means it's high popularity, yeah? And if it's lower, okay, like seaweed salad, okay, 7%, it's lower than 7.78, so like this, we're having it low. Also, we will make it using the if function. So what we have to do, we have to check the menu mix percentage. If it's greater than the item percentages, and here we have to freeze it, so we add the $sign. Okay, so if it's true, it's high menu mix percentage, and if it's false, it means it's lower. We say it's low and we click OK. Also, here we will have high menu mix category or low. For instance, here the vegetarian pizza, as you can see, it's 6%. Okay, it's lower than 7.78, so the result here, it's low. Now we have to put them into 4 categories. So the 4 categories that we're having: stars, Plowhorses, puzzles, and dogs. So star, as you can see, high popularity and high contribution margin. For instance here, okay, this one, it's star, okay, the category. Dogs, for example, it's low and low, so here it's dogs. And also here I will use the if function. However, because the if function that we're having here, it's too long, and I will make it available in the description. So I will copy it from here, okay, and I will put it here. And like this, instead of doing it manually, we will have it automatically, okay? So here the first one, and we can drag. So maybe we have to move this a little bit, and we can drag it here. Okay, So now for every menu item that we're having, okay, we have it in a category. Okay, for example, the garden salad that we're having, it's Plowhorse. The seaweed salad, it's dog. Okay, and the Caesar salad, it's Star, and so on. So as you can see, Star, it's high popularity, high contribution margin. Plowhorse, it's high popularity, low contribution margin. Dog, it's low contribution margin and low popularity at the same time. And Puzzle, it's high contribution margin and low popularity. Now, as a food service manager, you have to know what actions to take, okay, when you identify the different categories of your menu items. For instance, stores are both profitable and popular and should normally be left alone unless there is a valid reason for change. Because of the popularity of stores, it's sometimes possible to increase their menu prices without affecting volume, thus increasing their profitability. Now, the second category that we're having, it's plow horses. Plow horses are popular but relatively unprofitable. So they should be kept on the menu, but attempts should be made to increase their contribution margins without decreasing volume. A possibility is to decrease standard portion size slightly while improving the appearance of the product. And here it's very important to make it more appealing, especially with the appearance when we are reducing the portion size. Another way is to raise prices on such items, assuming that the volume of the items will not be adversely affected to any great extent. The third category we're having, it's puzzles. And puzzles are comparatively profitable, but relatively unpopular. So they should be kept on the menu, but attempts should be made to increase their popularity without decreasing their profitability. There are some ways to do so, including repositioning items to more favorable locations on the menu, or featuring items as specials suggested to diners by service, or changing the appearances or menu descriptions of these items to increase their appeal. Now, the last category we're having, it's the category of dogs. They are both unprofitable and unpopular. They should be removed from the menu and replaced with more profitable items. Unless first the item promotes other sales, so like this we keep it, or its profitability can be increased to an unacceptable level. One way could be by increasing its price. So like this, we saw the different categories and how we can categorize the menu items and what are the actions that we can take. Finally, I want to show you here, in case we want to use, for example, 100% instead of 70%, which I recommend. So if I use 100%, it means I remove the 0.7, okay? And now pay attention how the categories will change, okay? And too many, they will become dogs in the dogs category, okay? So yes, okay, so as you can see here, okay, so it's more conservative. And one more thing to add, that here, as you can see, we didn't include any dessert, okay, or we didn't include the appetizers. And this is very important, and we have to make it, especially when the menu is not limited or it's extensive, we have to make it to a certain category because the contribution margin and the prices might change. And like this, we won't have realistic results. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.